How's it going, everybody? I got a topic that I was thinking about that I don't think has really been discussed. The rear steering. What I mean by that is here's the self-center. Forward is auto, so when I turn the rear steering and let go, the rear tires will self-center by themselves. If I turn this off, let's say during a donut, once we let it go, it stays, and then once I turn this back on, it'll put the rear steering automatically center again. But what I really want to talk about was the direction. Personally, for me, if I want to make a left turn, let's put the steering wheel on here. So when I'm making a left turn, my steering wheel goes left, and when I hit my rear tires, I point it this way. I point it to the direction of where the tires are going. If I want to make a right turn, this way, then I go this way. Tires are pointing this way when I make a right turn. I've noticed people in the East Coast, or more of the corporate drivers, prefer it where, let's say they're making a right turn, then they point their rear steer switch to the right, left turn, point rear steer switch to the left. In their head, they're going the direction the truck is going, not where the tires are going. And it's not that it's the only way I've been taught. I've been taught both ways. The first team I joined was Raising Cane Monster Trucks. That was the first team I joined. They would do the right turn, point to the right. And that was all I knew. But every team since then, here in the West Coast, like it, where they, let's say, to make that left turn, then they point it to the right. So, to me, once I experienced it myself, I felt like I liked that way better. West Coast style, old school style, whatever they call it. But there's no right or wrong way. It's just what the driver's preference is. However, in 2023, I'm on the Hot Wheels International Tour with Team KCM, and they got a switch just like this as a rear steer switch. They grab this, put it horizontal, and it's kind of like a teeter-totter. And for me, that type of switch did not make sense the way I'm used to. So I'm going to do it their way. As far as doing a left turn, I'm going to push it down to the left. Making a right turn, push it down to the right. So now being exposed to that type of switch, to me, if I'm using this pointed toggle switch, it makes sense to do it West Coast style. If I'm doing it this way with this type of switch laying down this way, or if it was facing at me, I guess I think I'd prefer the East Coast style, new style, whatever they call it. So that's just something different that I experience and what I feel makes the most sense. So for me, if it's this type of switch, I like it to be pointing right, turning left for that left turn. But now I'm going to learn it a new way, and it makes the most sense. I just feel comfortable that way. Personally, I experienced competitive wise going the right turn to pointed right with driving Ashton Jensen's Mud Monkey, and it feels really weird. You know, personally, like I said, I'm not a fan of it with this style toggle switch, but if I was to have this switch, I think I'd be a fan of doing it the way they like it, not the way I like it when it comes to this type of switch. No right or wrong answer, just preference. I can't stand it their way. They probably think the same way my way. So, just something that doesn't get talked about. Alright, I hope you guys learned something new.